Hello everyone, welcome to Josh Max channel. In this video, we are going to see for CBSE Max Grade 12 Standard Chapter 7 Integrals. So here in this video, I am going to explain a short thing about the integrals, and I am going to show you some standard formulas of the integrals. Okay, so before understanding about the integrals, let us recap the chapter 5, that is continuity and differentiability. So in that we have learnt, in the chapter 5 we have learned, if any function is given, how to find out the differentiation. So for sample purpose, I am going to take one function now. Okay, sin x function I will take. The differentiation of sin x is what? The differentiation of sin x is cos x. This one we have learnt. So now the question, the derivative of sin x is what? The derivative of sin x is cos x. Okay, so sin x derivative is cos x. Okay, so now which function if we differentiate? Okay, the differentiating, cos x we got. So cos x is a result of which function differentiation? The reverse process of finding the reverse process, we call it as antiderivatives. So basically integration is nothing, it's a reverse process of the derivative. Okay, so here the function is given, we are finding the derivative. Now this derivative will be given, we need to analyze. Okay, we need to find which function differentiation we got that result. That is what antiderivative we call. So basically integration is reverse process of derivative. Okay, and for the integration, this is the symbol we use. Okay, like a big S. So this is the symbol we use for the integration. Okay, and here itself I will show you the formula, how formulas has come only for this one. Okay, so now dx I am going to send to the other side, then we will have d of sin x equal to cos x dx. Okay, so I am going to do the integration. So I am going to apply integration on both the sides. So applied integration. I already told that differentiation and integration is what? Reverse process of each other, right? So this integration and differentiation will get cancelled. So we will get sin x equal to integral cos x dx. So from this we can say integral cos x dx is sin x. Okay, so here one more small thing we will understand. See, sin x differentiation is cos x, right? Okay, now one more function I am going to write. Same sin x function. So sin x plus 5. Okay, let's take 5. Okay, now we are going to differentiate this function. Sin x differentiation is what? Cos x, right? And plus 5 differentiation is what? 0. But anyway, what is the result? We are getting cos x. So not only for sin x differentiation is cos x, even sin x plus 5 differentiation also what we are getting? Same cos x. Even if it is 100, some other number, so anything is possible, right? So here anything is possible as a constant. So actually we are finding the inverse process. So in this case there is no constant. So here for this cos x antiderivative is only sin x. But here for this cos x antiderivative is what? Sin x plus 100. Okay, I change the plus 5 as 100. So here antiderivative of cos x is sin x plus 100. But anyway the result is same. Okay, the result is same. So to avoid this one we are going to have plus c. Okay, so plus c. So this is, we call it as indefinite integral. So integrals basically we have two types. One is indefinite integrals and other one is definite integrals. So this is the indefinite integral. Okay, you will not find any values here in top and then bottom. Okay, this is upper and this one lower. So you will not find any values over there. In case if the values are given like 1 to 2 or integral a to b, or some radians if it is given, then we call it as definite integrals. There is nothing difference between the indefinite integrals and integral difference, normal indefinite integrals. The thing is, after completing the now this one is what integration is completed. In case if it is a to b is given, you will not put plus c. Okay, only for the indefinite integral. If the limits are not given, you need to put plus c. If the limits are given, we should not put plus c. Instead of that, we are going to apply the limits over there. So a to b. Okay, first always upper limit we need to replace in place of x. So you will get like sin b minus sin a. And before applying the lower limit, minus sign. Okay, first in place of x, we need to substitute the upper limit, then minus, and then we need to substitute the lower limit. So this is the only the difference. So anyway, while doing the integration process is same. If it is indefinite integral, once you finish the integration, you are going to put plus c over there. If it is if it is definite integral, then after completing the integration, you are going to apply the limits. Okay, so this is the what here actually I have written some standard formula. Okay, what is the standard formula? Integral cos x dx is what? Sin x. So integrating cos x, we are getting sin x plus c. So plus c, you understand, right? It's a constant term because we can't able to predict. So cos x is what? Cos x may be derivative of sin x. Cos x may be derivative of sin x plus 100 as well. Okay, so we are getting too many options. So we can write like this. So this is how normally we are getting the some standard results. And here I am going to show you some few more standard results, standard formulas. Yeah. Okay. So here x power n dx. So if algebraic function, generally if a function rise to some numerical value, we need to use this formula. So as it is x power n, as it is you need to write it, and you need to add plus 1 to the power by the same power has to be repeated in the denominator. Okay, then put plus c. Now integral dx. So here nothing, function is not given. If nothing is given, we need to understand constant 1 is there. That is what? X power 0. Of course, x power 0 is what? 1, right? So if it is x power 0, use the same formula. You will get this result. Okay, if nothing is there, it has to be understand. It's a x plus c. Okay, in differentiation only constant term differentiation 0. But in integration, constant term differentiation x. If we have 1, then simple x. In case if it is integral 5 dx, if it is given. Okay, so 5 is a constant term. We can take it outside. Then integral dx alone. Integral dx is what? Integral dx is x. So it's an indefinite integral, right? In introduction, I have told indefinite integral, you will not find any limits. So this is indefinite integral. So you need to put plus c. Okay, that's all. So integral dx, and the next very, very important one, this one. See, x rise to some n. So n can take any value other than minus 1. Okay, it can take any integers like minus 2 it can take, minus 5 it can take any value, but minus 1 alone it should not take. If it is minus 1, no, then you should not use the same formula. We'll apply the formula, we'll see what happens to this. Okay, so when we apply this formula, no, x power minus 1 plus 1, okay, to the power, whatever we have in the power, along with it we need to put plus 1. We have to add plus 1 to that, and same power has to be repeated. Then now put plus c. Now we will simplify this. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0 plus c. X power 0 is what? 1 by 0. It's undefined, right? Okay, so that means this formula will not work for if n takes the minus 1. Okay, if n takes the minus 1, of course x inverse 1 or 1 by x both are same. Okay, when x goes to the numerator, x inverse, x minus 1. So if it is, if x takes the minus 1, we have to use log x plus c. This is the formula, third formula. And one more way also we can remember. Okay, and if x function, see in denominator what we have? X, right? X function's differentiation is what? Dx. X function differentiation is what? Dx. So denominator's function, if we have in numerator, okay, denominator's derivative, denominator's derivative if we have in numerator, then denominator function we can write it inside the log. Okay, and this way of understanding, when you understand in this way, it will help you in a few sums as well. So for sample I will show you. So this is the question like integral x cube. We have x cube differentiation is what? 3x square dx. If a question is given like this, but as soon as when you look at the question, see, you can see the denominator x cube differentiation 3x square. So there is a relation between the numerator and denominator in a derivative. Okay, so x cube differentiation is what? X cube derivative is 3x square dx. So when you find out in this way if it is related, no, then simple, the denominator function we can put inside the log. That's all over. So this way also you can remember. Okay, so log x difference, integral 1 by x dx is what? Log x plus c. And when x takes minus 1, please don't use this formula. This is the right formula. Okay, and next one. Here you can find from 4 onwards, you can find if normal trigonometric, okay, normal trigonometric functions, if it is given, the respective integral formulas. And here few more. Okay, so till this are the, if trigonometric functions, if it is given, these are the right formulas. And remember, if it is secant power 4x, if it is given, secant cube x, if it is given, you have to do some simplification to bring the standard result. So there you should not use the same formula. Okay, if secant cube, if it is given, then writing in the same way, it's wrong. Okay, you should not write it in that way. Okay, and if it is only secant x, you have to use this formula. If it is only cosecant x and no power, okay, then you have to use this formula. If secant square, you have to use this formula. Okay, so always remember, when it comes to the integration, the correct formula you need to apply. That is the main thing. So for that you have to memorize the formulas. Okay, so the up to 13, these are the some trigonometric function formulas. And next I am going to show some more results. So integral 1 by square root of 1 minus x square dx is sine inverse x or minus cos inverse x. See, in differentiation, sine inverse x differentiation is what? 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. Of course, cos inverse x differentiation minus 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. That minus only we have taken here. So basically integration is antiderivative, right? So we have a function over here. Either this result we can use up. Same way for this as well. And this is exponential function. Even in differentiation, e power x differentiation is what? Same e power x itself. In integration also there is a no change. Integral e power x is also e power x itself. And integral a power x dx. Differentiation of a power x dx is what? A power x into log a. Right. So there we written in the product form. But here you have to write it in denominator. Okay. So you should not write it in product form. Integral a power x dx is what? A power x by log a and plus c. And these are very special formulas. Okay. From here onwards. Integral 1 by x square minus a square. So some function power 2 minus some a stands for constant term. A square, you need to write this formula. Okay. In case a square minus x square. A square, see, x square minus a square different formula, and 1 by a square minus x square, it's a different formula. Okay, and both are if it is in positive, you need to use this formula, 1 by a tan inverse x by a plus c. Okay, if all these three, if it goes to the under the square root, okay, all the three the same function, but we have a square root. If it goes inside the square root, then we need to use these formulas. Okay, so here these 22, 23 and 24, these formulas we can see function in the denominator, right? If it is a numerator. Okay, if it is a numerator, you need to use these formulas. And this last 20th formula, if two functions are combined together, like algebraic function and a trigonometric function combined, and in trigonometry itself two different functions we have if it's combined, and some log function and trigonometric functions combined. If any functions, if it is combined together, then you can use this formula. See, in differentiation we have UV formula, right? So it is that kind. So it's not a UV, it's a UdV. Okay. So integral UdV formula is UV minus integral VdU. So totally you have 28 formulas in this chapter. So once you thorough with the formula, you can do any kind of integration. Okay, only thing is you have to know the process of doing the integration. Okay, and if you know the process of doing the integration, if you don't know the formula also, there is no use. So before moving on to the working out the sums, before learning the integration sums, first you have to learn the formulas. Okay, in the next video onwards, I'm going to write the solutions of the few sums. I'm going to take from example 1 onwards. For the whole chapter, I'm going to work out and I'm going to show the explanation videos. And thanks for watching, and please do subscribe. Thank you. And one more thing, in case if you want these formulas as a PDF, yes, you can drop your comment in a comment your mail ID. Okay, so just write you want that formula as a PDF and post your email ID. I will send your these formulas as a PDF. And thanks for watching. Thank you.